or do any separation from the windows, the roof, or the perimeter line, or the columns, or anything. And if I just print it solid, I'm not guaranteed what's going to take or not take. It could all fall apart. It could not, the supports could not handle it. The detail could disappear. A lot of things can happen when I print a solid building. The windows are separate. The doors are separate. The roof is separate. The base is separate. The lights are separate. Everything is separate. So I can take a part of the building, let's say like this, the main structure, the main building, the 4 walls, and I can shrink them down. I know they're going to take up to 20% because I've done it before. I've done it to 40%, and I could take this building and probably print it in Z-scale if I really wanted to. I know I could push the limits. Big, we would love it to have it in my, she says, I want it in my store, but I would like it to have it at N scale. I know you put the disclaimer in there on your buildings that they're not always going to be guaranteed to N scale depending on the detail and everything else, but let's try it. Okay, so here's the beauty about flat printing. Again, getting back to this. Okay, we're going to load the building up. I'm going to show you that in ice cream. Okay, pretend we're showing you the building now. It's loading up, and then we're going to go ahead and slice it. We're going to slice it normal, let's say. Everything takes, nice, support everything else. Now we're going to go into that little detail on the left-hand side in Cura. We're going to bring the percentage down 10%, which would be 89, and we're going to slice it again. And you guys are going to witness before your own very eyes that nothing disappears. Nothing of the supports. Everything stays in place. So we know what the 4 walls are going to take, right? But that's not the issue. The issue is, are the doors going to take? Are the lights going to take? Did we make the transoms in the light too narrow? Did we stick to the rule? I think by saying the rule again, and I don't know, maybe we should make some flashcards for this or whatever, but 0.8 for your smallest, or for your safest line, 0.5 for your smallest line, and 1 millimeter for everything else in your detail. I think you'll be more than successful in all your designing work and all your printing work if you can do that. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the windows in. Now we're going to load up all the windows. Okay, like I said, we were at 99%. We're going to bring it down. I like to either bring it down 2% or 3%. So I would say 3% or 2% smaller on your windows just to be on the safe side. Now you've already increased on the windows when you designed it, and that's a guarantee. And you're going to get a nice tight fit. But we're painting these things. We're putting enamel paint on it. It's thick. It's not thin. It's not like airbrush. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so now here's the windows. Now we're going to go ahead and shrink them down 10% from that. So it'd be, 89? Well, let's go down to 82, 87 maybe, 88, let's see, 89, 87. So we're going to go 87% and see what happens. Okay, slice it, let the slicer go through. Bingo, look at that. No gray lines, everything took. So that must have mean I stayed within my safe rules. 0.4 for the smallest line, 0.5 for the smallest line, 0.8 for the safest line, and now you can see that I was able to shrink that down. Now that building's 10% smaller than it was on the original that I gave to him. That's going to be shrunk by about 2 or 3 millimeters on the overall diameter of the building, or the overall size. So that's going to make it look more smaller and closer to N scale than what he's already got. So I'm able to pull this off. Let's check out the doors. Let's check out the, we know the roof's going to work. That's a big piece. We know that maybe the detail in that door, that nice little ornate detail may not take. Wow, look at that, it takes. You see that you could not do that if you had a full structure. If you tried to do it all and didn't do kitting and didn't separate everything, you're saving yourself so much hassle and so much time in correcting things. Now let's say that the windows didn't take. Let's say that they just grayed out in the lights. I know in my program I can go back into the Inventor and I can change that millimeter from 0.5 to 0.6 or 0.7, just make that little light increase, export it in STL. It'll automatically load up again in the slicer, and then boom, I have my windows back.